Welcome once again to Occultists Anonymous, our little corner of geekdom on the internet. We are continuing our mini-series while Drew takes a break to prepare for the next Mage Chronicle, where we're running a Star Trek Adventures mini-series run by me.
And it's been a blast so far, by the way.
And it's been what?
A blast.
Oh, good. I've been having a lot of fun, too. I hope you guys have.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
They're called phasers, not blasters. Come on.
Listen,
we've been having a phase.
It sounds a little different if you're having a phase.
We're having a phase.
I originally was. Yeah. It's been out of sight.
That's hilarious,
but
Chris.
Yeah.
So last time when we last looked at our story, the intrepid crew of the USS Curie, mostly the senior hands, were on a planet establishing first contact. Met with a less than warm reception and were told politely to come back another day. We'll let you know when. And ended up picking up a stowaway from one of the locals who explained that Klingons had arrived on the planet a few weeks earlier and had been mining the massive dilithium deposits around the planet, using the locals as pressed labor. This, of course, convinced the crew to give a hand and help where they could. They have a couple of different priorities. First is the prophets that have been taken hostage are very important to the local culture. So freeing them will go a long way towards smoothing over whatever comes next as far as first contacts go. But they also didn't have the official recognition of the local government. Like, nobody asked them for help. In fact, they said, don't come back. So the captain... feel free to rephrase this however you like, but bent a few rules and interpret things a certain way that it was perfectly okay for him to go and mess around, even though they were told not to.
Exercised his discretion.
Exercised his discretion on the justification that the locals were under duress and thus were not able to make an actual decision.
We were asked for help.
You were asked by someone who did not represent the official government. The crew split up at that point, with the captain going to the speaker of the local government in secret, teleporting just outside of his bedchamber in the evening, and had a brief conversation where everything was sort of revealed, and he agreed, if on the promise that you could look after the prophets, that they would do what they could to help. While that was going on, right, yeah, I'll get to that. While that was going on, we did an assault. I wouldn't even call it an assault.
It was
a drop kick at the mine.
It was a stealth assault.
The stealth assault caught the Klingons completely with their hands down, didn't have to fire a shot, and got a bunch of prisoners and freed a bunch of pressed workers. So, because I skipped something in my script, I'm going to go back now and we're going to do that. We are brought to you, as always, by Roll20 and viewers like you. Your contributions help us refresh equipment and pay for amazing artwork. The touch-ups of the drawings for the new character art are up on Patreon right now. They look awesome.
The tight roughs.
The tight roughs. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the final...
looking rough.
Theo just yet, but there's some stuff going on behind the scenes that's all going to be fun. So thank you to our patrons, namely Ryan, Thomas, Noba, Harry, Michael, Brandon, Cat Feathers, Josh, Alexander, Puppeteer, Sinna, Emil, Moku, Melissa, Doc the Doomed, Other Michael, The Arcane, Bernie, Alan Michael, Al, Yusuf Sama, Reginald Barkley,
Barkley!
Great reference.
Julian, Delora, Jenny, Blood Angel, Jack, Zoltan, Funzo Sue, Milo V3, Vortex, Adele, Crazy Man 1772, George, Woodfoot, Neomegus, Chris, Shaksara, to boldly go where no camo has gone before. Thanks, Camo.
Way to go, Camo.
Toast, Daniel, Thomas, Taryn, Ongfalith, Parker, and Riafio. Thank you very much for your support. We really appreciate it. Let's pick up where we left off.
With Commander Kindle smashing his comm badge going, Curie?
Yes, and we left on a cliffhanger last time when Commander Kitneal attempted to establish contact with the Curie and received nothing in response.
So
I shouldn't say nothing. You receive static.
okay.
And just to clarify, it's not a comm badge. You actually whip out the communicator, flip up the lid.
Oh, that's right.
Tune into the frequency.
Yeah. Because we're in TOS.
It's one of these.
We're in cell phone times.
Awesome. Hello, the props. Ralph pulls another prop out of his butt.
Which
Here we go.
is terrific.
That's where I keep them. It's the best place.
We had
They call it nature's pocket.
Quick shout out to Ms. Grumpy whenever she gets around to it, who just started up Blades in the Dark and apparently lost it when Crafty Man Ralph pulled on the mask. Which also, if you haven't seen the Blades in the Dark series, go watch it because
please watch it.
Ralph has plenty of props. But yes,
that was a lot of fun and so much chaos. I loved it all.
It was a good time.
Kid Mule, communicator out and tries the captain.
Excellent. Short range.
Does that connect?
Yes, you are able to reach the captain.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So,
because 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yes,
yep.
Exactly.
Flip that up and Commander?
So,
or excuse me, Captain? I'm the commander.
The captain pauses the speaker and says, "Yes, Commander.
We are here and have located the locals. Everybody is safe and secure, and we cannot get a line through to the Curie."
That's concerning. Well,
yes.
I've accomplished what I need to do, and you can say we have the support and endorsement that I suspected we could get.
Absolutely. How do you wish to proceed?
I have a few ideas. I think rendezvousing first is a good first bet.
All right, we will locate transportation and see if we can get to the outskirts of the city. Because Craig, we're kind of ways from the major
yes
metropolitan area.
However, and maybe I didn't describe it, but there was a Klingon shuttle parked on the landing pad outside of the mine.
Yeah. Right, yeah, I figured there'd be something. So,
it'd be easy for you guys to pile into that.
Okay. But yeah, we will acquire transport and make our way closer to you, Captain.
All right.
Can I attempt to figure out what the interference might be on the communications?
Sure. Give me a con engineering.
Yeah, because that was Commander Kitten's next step.
You mean control engineering?
Oh, I said control engineering.
Okay. It's cool. Let's double up them disciplines.
That very small die pool.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's a good point. It would reduce your die pool.
Are not able to... Ooh. I will give you this. It's definitely an external source.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something... and it's not interfering with local communication, so you're able to communicate on the planet, but there's something that's preventing anything sort of outside of the atmosphere from getting through. All right, so you guys pile into the Klingon shuttle.
Potentially.
Is that the plan?
Okay. I want to make sure that we're clear on what's happening at the mines and in terms of our Klingon captives.
Sure.
Because transport probably never actually happened, so we have all of the Klingon captives then.
That's right.
Okay, right. Because I had this great plan of how we were going to have them all control, and no, I couldn't even call up. So yeah, their weapons have been removed. Much as I wanted to keep a bunch of disruptors, I'm probably going to have the locals have the disruptors.
Sure.
And yes, yes, Lieutenant, we will come back and get one for you. We will find more Klingons to punch. But that way they have them. If Maya, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, has the local area, like, because I figure we shove these guys into the mines and they can just sit there.
Sure.
If everybody else on the assault crew is cool with that.
So are you leaving the prisoners under guard by the locals, or are you taking the prisoners with you?
So we didn't finish the exchange.
Mm-hmm.
What Aerolor was going to suggest in addition to a possible rendezvous might help. He was going to... So Captain Chichlor says, in addition to rendezvousing, perhaps there's something happening on the planet that the Speaker of Maya might be able to help us with.
Yep.
And if so, we can get through. However, if we can't, we might just need to leave.
Board our
using
own
some
ship.
commandeered craft.
Yep.
So stand by while I speak with the Speaker.
Sure.
Commander?
Mm-hmm.
It would appear that there is, while I haven't found the source of it, there does seem to be some sort of barrier to extra-atmospheric communications.
Interesting.
An outside source. It is not a problem with the ship, so far as I can tell.
Lieutenant, can you work with Maya and see if we can, narrow down what that might be?
Yeah, I'm wondering either something the Klingons set up to block it, or the builders, because we couldn't see it from off planet either.
And you guys have communicated successfully off planet previously.
Right.
Not
We
in
were
this
doing
area,
that
though.
during the first mission.
Not in this area, too.
Right.
This was the sort of staticky area we found by, sort of negative.
I think that was
Base,
at the
right?
ruins. The ruins.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the-
the ruins of the builders were what showed up as a negative space.
Mhm.
The mine we
Right.
could find.
Okay.
Out of character, I just realized that Captain Chichlor could have immediately tried to ping the Curie himself to confirm if he also is limited.
Yeah, once hanging up or something.
Yeah, I'll give you that for free. Yeah, you're not able to communicate either.
Okay, cool. Great. Thank you. We'll proceed. Just wanted to
Okay.
confirm that.
So what's happening with the prisoners? I'm not clear on that. Are they staying in the mine under guard of the locals, or are they coming with you?
That was the immediate plan, but I'm realizing that that's 20 odd locals against 4 Klingon warriors who really aren't that afraid.
I don't. Yeah, that seems unsafe.
There are large storage containers in here designed for holding dilithium crystals. You could put the
Put
Klingons
them inside.
in a storage container,
Put him in a barrel.
crack a window open a little bit to let some air in, and they should be fine.
Punch a hole in the roof.
Yeah, just let me borrow that disruptor. Blam, blam, blam. Okay, they can breathe.
My only concern with that plan, Commander, would be that were other Klingons to arrive, the locals would bear the brunt of the evidence that something had happened here.
Right.
And it being obvious that we had been here and done this.
Yep. Okay. We will think over that. Actually, yeah. I think Commander is okay, I'm going to relegate some jobs here. Let the lieutenant work with Maya real quick to see if they can come up with something before we even leave the area, and basically go with Lieutenant Shavor and the doc, and see if we can figure out a proper way to handle these. Well, actually, I'm realizing, how big is this shuttle?
It's a fairly large cargo shuttle. There's not a lot of passenger space, so they can handle 6 people seated. But there's a large cargo bay area that you could have people just hanging loose in there.
Okay, so that actually might, because I was I do not want to be in a cramped, piloting space with a Klingon breathing over my neck. Okay, so that might be a little bit more doable. Okay.
My personal input is I'm in favor of keeping them with us just because it's safer for everyone else.
Right, and I agree. It was more of, I was thinking shuttle as in, okay, here's this tiny little space and we're going to all be crammed in there. But yeah, cargo space, that's true.
All right, so are you going to put the Klingons in a cargo container then?
And load the cargo
Sure.
container in the cargo area of the shuttle.
No problem. So getting the Klingons in the cargo container is not a big deal. You can seal it up nice and leave a little bit of airspace so they don't suffocate. And you head towards the shuttle and hit the actuator on the loading ramp. The door comes down and you hear a couple of growls coming from inside, and you see that what had been dozing in the cargo bay was woken up by the opening of the door were a couple of Targ who sort of look up expectantly and then confused to see you, and then immediately start growling and drooling, long drool hanging down and dripping onto the floor as they get their hackles up and
and the commander is going to say something. I'm realizing that the commander is probably going to say fairly often, "Lieutenants." I'm getting
it's
such
cute. It's like a space boar.
Yes, targs are freaking awesome.
I love them. It's literally just a boar with extra spikes.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Oh, that's a good boy.
Let's see here. Well, yeah, we'll get. Yeah, Google it, gang.
I mean,
Targs
that's
are
what I just did.
Space pig.
Space pig.
big.
the Klingons tend to treat them like dogs,
Mm-hmm.
like as a pet.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking around to see if we have anything I can offer it as like a treat. Like,
You
I
have
don't
emergency rations as part of a standard kit issued for away teams, so sure.
yeah, I'm gonna offer it like
Toss them a biscuit.
a biscuit or a jerky or something.
Give me a
Time for
presence
Animal
command roll. You're looking at about a difficulty 3 for this.
I'm not good at either of those things.
The commander is already drawing his phaser, just to be clear.
You can give it a shot.
Yep.
I mean, I'd have to spend the momentum and then succeed on every die.
Or you might get a crit.
Do we have still our momentum?
What was
I
that?
would imagine we did. It's kind of a
Yeah, we still
continuation
at
of the
6.
scene.
Mm-hmm.
What is our momentum at?
6.
Craig?
Thought we had them capped, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will take one and then
Cool.
see what happens.
Heck yeah.
All right.
There was
I
an
got
attempt.
So Lieutenant Sokolin offers a Targ some of her rations, and
I'm not trying to
just-
like hand feed it. I'm tossing it.
yeah, trying to distract them with that, and they don't even give it a look and immediately charge forward to attack.
Yep.
You guys may go first. They are at short range.
Sure.
Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll start us off.
Sure.
And minor action to charge my phaser. And then fire a wide beam on to hit both of them. And then it is control and security.
Yes.
Hand phasers is my focus. And yeah. So it's only been oh boy.
Oh, God.
That's
Oh
enough.
no.
That's a 17
Oh.
and a 20. Man, why are we not playing D&D?
All
I would have just
Man.
wrecked something.
right. So the Targ, you definitely get his attention as he rushes forward. And
You said there were 2 targs?
There are 2 Targs.
Okay.
This would be daring and security. I don't have the courage sheet for a quick roll, so I'm just using a D20.
It's an opposed roll,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Daring security, I do not have a focus. And
So 0 successes from the Targ.
Ooh.
2 successes.
There we go.
Awesome. So you only need 1, so you can bank a momentum or use it for an immediate spend.
What can I get from immediate spends on attacks like this?
Penetration, for example. Although I don't know if do the Targs have resistance?
I don't know, Greg. Do they?
Yeah, so you can use it to penetrate resistance.
Okay, cool. I will definitely do that.
All right.
And
So do
then
your damage.
punch it with my security +1. Hey, that's a
That's
4
4, yeah.
and 2 effects.
And what charge did you do?
Well,
Area?
yeah, but that was for my phaser, so I don't know.
Oh yeah,
that.
right. 2 effects. So this is going to be a knockdown. So
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And ignoring resistance with that momentum.
And one momentum I think is 1 resistance, or is it 2?
I do not know.
Okay. Well, say it's 2 just because I'm feeling nice.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 damage.
All right.
Okay.
You're such
So
a
you
kind person.
smack the target and knock it down.
Nope.
It is at your feet and it is definitely upset.
Sure.
Who's next?
I'll go. I'm just going to charge the phaser onto the vicious, right, or the high damage one. What's its name?
Yeah, vicious.
Vicious is the effect.
And then shoot at the one that's on the ground trying to bite the commander.
Okay, sure.
It is security and control.
Yes.
And I just roll it like a normal task roll, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a success with a complication. Go ahead and roll your effects. Your challenge dice.
Okay, I'm confused. I just clicked the little one over here by the weapon, right? And that
I
will
know.
include
It'll automatically.
my...
Yep, it'll automatically add everything in.
Then eight.
Oh, wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. That's enough to take the target out. It yelps and tries to start crawling away. It's not completely out of it, but is definitely injured.
It also took 2 additional damage because I had it charged to vicious.
Yeah, it
He
took that
included
into
that in
account.
account.
Okay.
Okay.
And a complication.
Mm-hmm.
Now the last target goes.
Did we get my bad thing?
I think I'm going to take a threat for that.
Add 1 threat. Okay. We're at 5
and-
threat now.
Craig, just for your FYI, finally found the momentum spent, and it is actually 2 resistance
Good,
for each
that's what
momentum spent.
That's what I counted it as anyway. So.
Yep.
All right. The next target. There we go.
How many were there?
2.
2.
We both attacked the same one.
So this one's coming after Lieutenant Sukolnin.
Oh, here we go.
So I'm rolling...
1 success. You're rolling daring and security.
2 successes.
You win. Go ahead and roll your unarmed damage.
What is that?
It'll be
It'll be 1 plus your security for challenge dice. If you haven't got it built into your character sheet.
Okay. Oh, okay. It defaults to 5 already.
For me, it doesn't.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Lord.
7.
and 2 effects, so that's also knocked down.
Okay, so it tries to savage you. You manage to just sort of straight arm and keep it away, and then you just hit it with the elbow underneath the jaw, snap its head back, and it collapses onto the ground. It's still very much in the fight, but it's definitely hurt.
Yeah.
Gonna have a
You guys are really cleaning up.
Gonna have a talk later with the lieutenant about one-upping the commander.
All right, the targs have all gone, so who's next?
You called her.
You got
Boris.
you got 2 red shirts, and Dr. Hudson.
Yeah, and Lieutenant Trevor. Oh, no, we do
Nope,
not.
Trevor's
on
She's
the
up on-
bridge.
That's right, yep. So, Dr. Hudson, do you want to jump in here, or...
Do you
I
want
will
to shoot a space
certainly
pig?
try my best.
One thing
Yeah.
I was looking in the book there, Chris, is, and especially if you want to take a look, is page 173 has the other actions, like assist and create advantage and stuff like that, that may be more Doc Hudson's style.
That'd be helpful if I have the PDF open. But for now, I will attempt to be very bad at shooting a gun.
Hey,
Could I use control security to do this thing?
It is.
how
Not
bad
bad.
is
It's a
this?
9. It's a 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You got good control.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, decent. I'm going to spend a momentum for another die.
There we go.
Sure.
Hey,
Two.
There you go.
Nice.
Fantastic.
didn't even need that other die. So you get that 1 momentum back, or you can use it for penetration.
I'll get it back.
Cool.
Brings
So
us
we're
back
back
to
at
6.
6.
And then
I mean, that's
the phaser is 4 dice for its thing.
If you click on the challenge dice symbol on the phaser on your character sheet, it'll automatically add everything you need to.
Security plus weapon damage. Okay, so that's why y'all have so many dice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that many.
It's okay. Your 1 security means, see?
Ooh, great.
2 damage. Good job.
2 damage.
Good job,
I
champ.
did it.
I mean, you did that with a
Yay.
little, key fob,
Yay.
phaser.
That's a type 2.
Oh, yeah, you had the full pistol. Okay.
Okay.
I have 1 security.
Yeah, I mean, I only have the baby phaser also.
I have the big one.
Yeah, because the doc is
All right.
a
Somebody want to roll for your red shirts?
yeah, Cap.
I'm happy to. Sure.
They're under crew support in the tree there.
That's right. The security officers, right?
Yep.
Great. So they each fire phasers. Is the first
Okay.
one.
They're going to take a minor action to charge
Yes, they both take minor actions to charge.
or aim.
So,
Either one.
yeah,
Aim lets them
right.
reroll 1d20.
Oh, yeah, they're going to aim. They're each going to take a minor action to aim. So here's the first one. It's making a control and security. Oh, yeah, they don't have any focuses.
Don't need focuses.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay,
no.
reroll that complication.
Yes, because of aim. Yes.
Because of aim.
7. That's a hit.
That's a success, yeah.
Excellent. Rolling dice.
What is
Raise
the
type 2.
negative effect of knockdown, Craig?
All right, I
Um,
think this character sheet is incorrect. It looks like, yeah, because the phaser
That's
type
a
2
lot.
base damage is 3. So I'm going to re-roll with it edited because it
3
rolled
plus
7
our-
dice.
Right, but it's 3 plus their security.
They
Their
only had
security
2
is 2.
security.
So it should be 5
Oh.
total challenge dice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just noticed that's 7 challenge dice. So I'll re-roll that.
Okay.
There we
Still
go.
not bad. 5 damage.
Still good.
Fantastic. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's enough to injure the remaining active target. It's
Fantastic.
still awakened, but it's definitely taken all the fight out of it.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So then the next one's going to go. There's one more roll.
Nothing left to do. Both of the targs are whimpering and
Oh,
trying to
They're
oh,
running
gotcha.
away, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
As long as
you can
they're-
either drive them off the ship, or if you want to make a pet or something, up to you. Sure.
I mean,
No.
can I keep one?
No.
I like Ash is turning to the commander. Can I? And the commander's already saying no.
Okay, well, get them off the ship, I guess.
All right, so you turf the targs off the ship, seal up, and
Turf
you
the
guys
targets of the
are
ship.
airborne.
Not good for local ecosystems.
Yeah.
What if they breed?
Yeah, no.
Can I
that-
get
definitely throw them
everybody
in
to
storage.
give me an engineering and control roll, please?
Okay, including the red shirts.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
You do it right.
I did it.
Engineering Control.
2.
What is this related to?
All of your comm links start beeping. You get that boop, boop call signal.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, this isn't too bad.
That's one security officer. That's another one.
Good job, crew.
One of them got none. One of them got 2. One's getting promoted. The other's getting immediately kicked off the ship.
All right. So anyone who got 2 successes, you're able to clear up the static and the interference, and you hear communication coming from. It sounds like the Curie, and it's like in mid-conversation. So boost the signal. Can you get them? Okay, I don't think you're going to be able to get through to us, Captain. There was a D5 battle cruiser hiding on the moon. It popped up just before we would have come into sensor range. They're currently staying at long range doing the Klingon saber dance. I've managed to punch through the jamming, I think, but the Klingons are not responding to hails. I think they're trying to position us, so it looks like there's a cloaked warbird out there somewhere. I haven't opened fire. We're just taking long-range fire. I'm handling it with reinforcing the shields. But I have launched our birds, so we've got 4 fighters watching our back to try and discourage that warbird if it decides to decloak and take a shot at us. We're under constant fire. I can't bring down the shields to beam anybody back. You're going to be on your own until I can figure out this light cruiser. Shavor out. And the communication ends.
Yeah, she has enough to deal with right now. And I will call up the captain as we were headed that way, catch the captain up on what is going there.
And you head to the capital city?
Yeah, and at this point, the jig is up. I feel like.
Klingons know about us and what we're trying to do.
Or at least they've revealed themselves, and that's enough for Kidneal to basically, well, to the captain say, sir, at this point, I think we can probably consider that we need to be less discreet. We'll obviously need to move with some stealth because I'm pretty sure we are outnumbered here. But at this point, our intentions don't matter. The Klingons have already, to borrow the lieutenant's parlance, already started this dance.
Well, let's remember that we're here to help people. And as the speaker suggested, the most important thing to them is that we do not endanger the lives of the prophets.
Right.
So, although we are being actively engaged by a known vicious adversary, I still think that we should do the best that we can to de-escalate the situation if possible.
Absolutely, Commander. Captain. Damn it!
All right. So a few minutes of flying takes you back to the capital city. Where you're going to land in the main square. Travel pad. Like there's a shuttle pad near the government building. Or we're going to try and set down closer to the speaker's residence.
Where the captain is.
I was going to say that
speakers.
the captain would be willing to meet you where we were first outside of the city. Because the speaker still doesn't know about this.
Oh, okay, sure.
Oh, that we have kidnapped the guys?
Yes, exactly. This is a potential severe escalation and variation on what the captain presented to the speaker. So he doesn't want to be like, yeah, come on. Also, we made things a little potentially worse because we took these guys.
We took these guys and this shuttle.
Yeah.
We kidnapped some guys and stole your ship.
So let's get a general stealth roll from the captain to get out without being seen. Call it
sounds good.
Security.
Cool, works for me. I'm also, or wouldn't it be fitness security, which are the same? I'm just trying to wrap my head around the tasks. If you want to be controlled, that's totally cool.
No, I could accept fitness, sure.
Okay, cool. All right, and I think this is a risky maneuver.
Yes, you are trying to silently exfiltrate a city with hostile Klingons in it. Without being seen. I call that a risky maneuver.
Excellent. Going to get a third die by spending 1 momentum. And I'm going to roll. All right, 2.
No problem.
Not bad.
Cool.
Easy enough. You evade all the Klingons.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a little bit longer for the captain to get there, but you guys meet where you guys originally touched down in your F-class shuttle.
Fantastic. What was the difficulty?
But you see
of that roll?
the imposing form of a Klingon cargo shuttle sitting there. So you guys are all together. You've got some prisoners in a cargo container. Some kind of fight going on up top. Above the planet. And what do you do next?
Craig, that last roll did that have a set difficulty?
It was 2 to avoid any entanglements with Klingons.
Perfect.
Fight, so, yeah.
Thank you. Great. Okay, so the captain then, what does he say? He says, we need to return to the Curie. But that might be a bit challenging right now.
I would agree. I think our best bet, and kind of thumps on the storage container, is to have a little chat with our Klingon friends.
Yes. You brought me a present.
And see if we can determine where the prophets are being held. Because if they're on the battle cruiser, that's, we have the potential, gestures again at shuttle, to get on board. I don't know how good your Klingon is, sir, but mine's a bit rusty. But, we could try to, board and seize a Klingon battlecruiser, just the
casually.
6 of us.
A light cruiser would be a tall order. There's a couple hundred, angry people on board.
That's fine.
Perhaps a warbird, though.
You would have a much better chance with the warbird if you could find it.
Right.
Yeah. I think there are 2 things we want to get out of them in the immediate sense. There's a lot of information we want, including the locations of the prophets, if they know that. However, considering these miners might just be crew members on the ship, they might have technical information that we, or if we can get it to them, Jiffus could use to improve the situation for the Curie. So, if they know the shield modulation frequency, indeed, or the location of the warbird, some way that we can get there. I'm glad, Commander, that you and I are thinking along the same lines.
I apologize, everybody who's not a Star Trek nerd, for what just happened there.
Will a Klingon tell you any of that? Or would they rather die first?
It would be an interrogation.
Right.
People tell me lots of things when I ask the right way.
Are you going to seduce a Klingon?
Well,
I live for that.
Arguably, it's a certain kind of seduction.
So, starting off, we do have a veteran in here who is probably more than just a minor.
Yes.
I had some conversation with him before, if I remember correctly, but we didn't really actually try an interrogation. It was just hey, we won this one, and let's
live to fight another day.
Right.
Get in the box, nerds.
So yeah, we have them to talk to. We also have the possibility of following the speaker, and especially with the speaker's help, potentially infiltrating the government building and seeing if there is a sub-lieutenant or something in that building as well, that may have information for us. And then there's also the builder site, which the
good point.
Where'd my notes go? But yeah, the Klingon commander had a special interest in.
Defied orders to keep looking at it.
Here's an additional bit of useful information that the speaker was able to provide. He agreed to bring the communications device that Lieutenant Zekelin gave to him when we first visited and bring it near the radio they use in City Hall to communicate with their Klingon overseers, with the hopes that Lieutenant Zekelin or Commander Jiffus would be able to hijack that signal and figure out a way to locate the battlecruiser that is no longer hidden. That still could be useful in the event that we need to be here for a while. So what I suggest is this. Sorry, Commander, one moment. What I suggest is this. Lieutenant Zekelin, if you can think of a way that you might be able to make use of a device that's in regular communication with the Klingons in the short term, that might be helpful. Then, Dr. Hudson, I realize this might violate your professional ethics. So I'm aware of that as I ask this question. However, do you have any means that might make a Klingon prisoner more pliable to our questions?
Not here.
Well, he's got his field med kit with him. He could probably whip something up.
Question is, would he?
Yes.
I can do whatever you need me to do, Captain.
Great. Then I would like you to do that.
Right.
Alrighty. So let's start with that.
And then Captain Chichalor, Dr. Hudson, the last thing he says is, and he looks at Commander Kitneon and says, the good old good cop, bad cop.
Well, in this
Although these are Klingons, so bad cop, worst cop might be more
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay, yeah.
bad cop, honorable cop. I know, Chris. We're moving right along. But no,
We all knew.
in this case, the commander says, "Absolutely, Captain. If I may speak with you privately first."
Yes.
Fabulous. And stepping probably into the cockpit of the shuttle or something
Sure.
like that.
Dr. Hudson, why don't
Yep.
you give me... I'm kind of leaning on a daring medicine because you're kind of waning a little bit, but you could probably make a case for insight medicine or reason medicine, depending on how you want to approach this.
I mean, daring sounds pretty point.
Sure.
I don't think I have any focuses related to this sort of thing.
Yeah, I was looking
Could
for
I help?
maybe composure.
Like,
Yeah.
I know xenobiology and science.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
What is an assist?
Yeah, you could do an assist, sure.
The A die.
Daring and medicine? You said?
Daring and medicine, yeah.
Just for a 1 die.
Yeah, I think I will tag composure along the lines of this is not something that Hudson would do given full choice of actions.
Mhm.
And so, like, going along with the captain's orders and keeping composure that way rather than, like, this actually being a super stressful situation sort of thing.
Sure. I'm going to... Oh,
All right.
no, that's all right.
Roll too fast.
That's good. Difficulty was 3, but because you have your field medicine talent, reduces difficulty to 2. So you
Hey.
successfully give the captain an advantage on his interrogation.
Through chemical cocktail or
Yes,
Okay.
basically, chemical cocktail, maybe aromatherapy. I'm not sure how you want
Yeah, that's kind of, it's like, I mean, that sounds kind of goofy, but that's actually kind of the way that I was thinking was like just pump a little, I don't know,
pump
a
a little
Klingon,
feel
so maybe
good
not
and-
happy
and-
gas, but
I mean, yeah.
But yeah,
that's
Yeah.
likely to
drug them a
just
little
have
bit
them-
to make them
have them,
relax
have them
some.
ready to fight more, but
Sure. I mean, hey, I'll be honest. It's Irelor and the commander going in there. It's fine if they're feeling a little punchy, as long as
Fair.
they're talkative. Yeah.
All right.
So in the cockpit,
Yes.
Irelor, how far do you plan to go with this interrogation?
Oh, he calls him by his first name? Oh, okay, interesting.
oh,
He says, "Oh, I see we're breaking decorum." I plan to go far enough to get us what we want without compromising our ethics and commitment to the ideals of Starfleet.
So whatever Dr. Hudson is concocting up there, of course, without knowing what the doc has actually
Right.
come up with, what are you willing to do to our prisoners that have surrendered willingly and without a fight?
Not going to torture them. I'm glad you asked about what I asked from Dr. Hudson. I asked from Dr. Hudson something that we can use in the event that the prisoners do not submit to the relatively simple questions I will ask them at first. I will state to them what the situation is. They are a member of a hostile people at odds with what we try to do around the galaxy, and they are currently acting against us. We know that we have been attacked, and so we are treating them as hostile agents of a group that has attacked us prior to us attacking them. And so they have a few options. They can answer our questions without any problems, or we can do what's necessary to get the answers we need to save our ship and the people that we are trying to protect. And so that will proceed in this order. I ask questions. If you don't answer my questions, I inject you with a gas so that you're more likely to answer questions. If you don't answer questions, then I remove your binds and I beat the answers out of you. And then if that still doesn't work, then we'll figure out whatever means are necessary to get the information we need.
And I don't know for cultural sensitivity or whatever, but beating on a Klingon is not like that's just how things are done in the Klingon society. Yeah. No Klingon would consider getting a beating torture.
Right. I mean,
that is how you flirt with Klingons.
Right. Getting a beating from is part of your official reprimand for showing up late.
That's right.
The torture is step 4 after
right. Yeah,
that's what he's implying.
Right. And Commander nods and says, "Okay, I want to be sure that we were on the same page here, Captain."
We usually are. I appreciate you for confirming.
Heading out. And Dr. Hudson, report. What do we have?
We've got a sort of what should function as a bit of a calming agent. Everyone a little relaxed and talkative, I would hope.
Wonderful.
So basically the equivalent of a Star Trek edible.
That's great.
Sure.
So
I can pump that in ahead of time, or
not yet.
I
want it in the event we need it, and I appreciate you for so quickly putting it together.
After you, Captain.
So just
very well.
make it out you have the ability to use that advantage at any time during what follows.
Wonderful.
All right. So you go to the container, open it up. The Klingons are there looking a little bit dejected.
Digested.
But the bigger guy in the slightly fancier clothes kind of looks up and gets to his feet.
Good.
I don't know. I don't think we even discussed his name, but basically I call him by his name, sub-lieutenant, whatever. And this is Captain, Irlor Chuchalor. We have some questions for you. Kind of setting the stage formally.
Please exit the... Yeah, Captain Chuchalor is definitely going to be polite until that's no longer appropriate or necessary. So he says, please exit the cargo pod so that you don't boast in front of your men.
He exits the cargo pod. He's kind of sizing you up as he does so.
Sounds good.
And he
real good.
Sort of stands up, gives a bit of a stretch,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of turns to you with not a hostile look, but he's definitely ready.
Okay.
I understand that your people are warriors, Captain.
We are.
Well, let's make this interesting. Instead of whatever interrogation you weak-willed Federation thought might happen here, I'm going to spend 2 threat for a GM intrusion. He says...
Was it Cypher System? Anybody get that reference? No? Oh, too bad. Never mind.
He says, I'll make you a deal. If you can best me in single combat, I will be an open book to your questions. If I win, you let me and my men depart with no further interactions.
Do I have your word that you will answer every single question I ask you, regardless of how much it might put you or the other people on your ship under duress or vulnerability to me and the people on my ship?
I am Wadun, son of Wokax. For the sake of my men, I will ignore that insult. I have given you my word.
This dude doesn't realize he's going to just get fucking jetted if he wins. We're going to let you depart right out the back of the ship.
Oh,
I don't think the commander would be up for that, but
is Irlor's thing.
Yeah,
Sounds
I think like before the captain even responds, the commander just plays hype man and goes, "Really, Wadoon? Do you know who you're?" All right.
Yeah.
So he says, do we fight bare-fisted or with weapon?
With weapon.
Commander pulls the dicta,
Dicta.
tosses
Give
it.
him the dicta.
He doesn't
I'm
even look
using
at you. He just holds
Ushaan-Tor.
out his hand for it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. Lord Chiller pulls out the Ushaan-Tor.
I'm about to get to do some medicine, y'all.
Yeah.
But like we're gonna do this. Like the commander, like
Oh yeah.
Step away from the shuttle and like drags his foot across the ground and makes a big ring. Yep.
Bring out the mud pit.
Yeah. Come on, everyone knows Klingons use red Jello.
I thought it was hot sauce, but okay.
Pepper jelly. They use pepper jelly.
Split the difference.
Here we go.
Alrighty.
As usual, you go first.
Cool. Sounds good.
But these are all going to be competing roles, so.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Let's see. What is Aerolor going to do? Just going to go straight for it. Okay. It's time for the Ushaan. So, he's going to go ahead.
Because this is obviously taking a minute. Do we want to allow the other Klingons to see what is going on? And and be like, this is above board. Hey, this is the challenge, and kind of bring it up. Okay,
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. They're going to see their supervisor get beat down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we have them under guard. We've got the security guys. We've got the lieutenant. We've got the commander.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Craig, this is totally original series. Like straight up, this is great. Totally appropriate.
All right.
Meanwhile, Hudson's like, we already beat you in capture. Why do we have to fight again? We already won. This is stupid.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna apply. I'm gonna spend 1 momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to give you 1 threat. Oh no, it needs to be 2. Damn it. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Aerolor wants to end this quickly and decisively. What'd you say?
You could use your determination.
Indeed. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So I am going to apply 1 threat, spend 1 threat to gain 1 die. I'm going to spend 2 momentum to gain a 2nd die. So I have 4 dice. Then I'm going to apply my momentum. Right? What'd you say? Yeah, we left with 3 momentum.
Okay.
So that brings us up to 6 threat. We're left with 3 momentum. I have the focus hand-to-hand combat. This is also an unexpected challenge, or this is an unorthodox solution to the need to get answers. But I think fortune favors the bold, or there's nothing better than action might be appropriate values.
I think this would be there's nothing better than action in this case. Yeah,
all right, cool. Great. So I'm rolling 4 dice on daring and security with the Ushaan, and I can re-roll any of those dice because of that talent. So here we go. All right. Looks like I'm not re-rolling anything.
All right.
And I applied my determination, so I'll click that off. Mm-hmm. So that's 7.
Like other DMs, like flip through pages or like roll a bunch of dice. Craig gets quiet.
I'm sorting through my actions to see which one he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he will swing his dicta, buys 1 extra dice. Oh, no, I rolled wrong. Sorry.
It's okay.
That's the damage. Hang on. This isn't fair.
Yep.
You can try to hit me. I hit you.
However, because he bought 1 die with threat, he is able to reroll any number of dice.
Mm-hmm. That's what Klingons do.
So 3 successes.
Yep.
You still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you still beat him out, and you gain some momentum.
Yep.
So
cool.
4 momentum gain.
Mm-hmm.
So that maxes us out plus 1.
We're capped out, yeah.
Yeah, plus the 1, and it needs to be an immediate spend. Let's see. I use that immediate spend to punch through resistance if he has any.
Yes.
I'm assuming he does.
Mm-hmm.
So then, let me first re-roll to see if I get my determination
back. You could spend 2 to disarm him.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I'm trying to think. Would Klingons consider that honorable.
Unfair.
I mean, dude couldn't.
No,
dude
you know
couldn't
what?
hang on
Hero
to his
lore.
dicta. I'm just.
Yeah, if he can't hang on to it, I guess. All right. Yeah, let's disarm him. Okay, so we're at 4 momentum. Spend 2 to disarm him.
Okay.
No, we would have been.
Wait. No, I spend just 2 to disarm him. No, yeah, because I want to punch the resistance.
Okay.
So I spend a
So
total
at
of 3.
least it's at 4, and you killed the resistance.
Exactly, Ash. Thank you. So 1 to punch through 2 resistance, 2 to disarm him, and then I'm going to roll 1d6 to see if I get my determination back.
Oh man, I forgot about that too.
Nope.
And then
Okay.
roll your damage.
Alrighty, cool. Here's with the Ushaan-Tor. All right, so I do 6 damage.
Okay. He takes it and gets like a grin on his face. He seems happy
yeah.
that you scored a hit on him.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Did you spin any threat?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
How many? 1?
1.
Cool. Just taking it down.
All right.
Something. They got first blood. Something.
Yep. Question, Craig, because I know
Yes.
this can abuse the whole action economy. Are we as the crew allowed to, get involved? Obviously, not physically, into the duels.
Depends on how you want to do it.
Can we heckle?
Exactly that. Or actually, in my case, I'm cheering on the captain.
Yes, you can try and do that.
Okay.
This is a Klingon veteran, so he's going to be pretty unshakable, but you can give it a shot.
Oh, right. That's why I'm cheering on the captain and spending
Okay.
3 momentum as his executive officer to give him his determination back.
Sure. I'll go
And
for that.
Awesome.
and sorry, did you say roll for that or go for that?
No, go. I'm good for that. Sure.
Okay. And so yeah, spending 3 of our momentum, get the determination back. And I think it's probably just a little bit of Andorian that picked up from Lieutenant Chavour, and that's 1. Keep it up.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the disarmed because I think you can just pick his weapon back up as a minor action.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
really?
If somebody wants to look that up just to make sure. But
2
that means he
moments.
can't do another minor action unless he spends threat.
Yeah. Just seems like 2 momentum to spend to disarm someone isn't worth it if they can spend a minor action to do it. So I'm not disputing the rule. I'm just updating my choice of what to do.
Looking through.
Yeah, 1 weapon held by the target is knocked away and falls to the ground within reach.
Yeah, that seems not worth.
Yeah, drawing an item as picking up an item within reach as a minor action. So it just prevents him.
But he can't use his minor action, for example, to charge his phaser or that kind of thing.
Yep.
There's several different things that he can't do because he did that unless he spends additional threat.
Right.
Of course. Yeah, because I could have just spent the momentum to give 2 bonus damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. We have learned there. Yeah, I don't think anybody needs to retcon anything.
Or I could have re-rolled damage. Oh yeah, there's lots of stuff I can do.
All right. He is going to take his swing.
Cool.
He will buy a die with threat.
Okay, down to 4 threat. All right, I'm going to add a die to threat.
Wait.
Oh, he's going to re-roll. Yeah, go ahead.
3 successes.
Okay, great. I'm going to, let's see, we got 1 momentum. Yeah, I'm going to add a die to threat.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm going to buy a die by adding 1 threat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend that 1 momentum. And because these are contested rolls, there's no reason not to spend determination right now. So I'm going to... Oh, wait a minute. No. I will do the same thing I did before. I will spend 1 momentum and add 2 threat. So we're now at 0 momentum.
Yep. Max threats.
And I'm going to spending my determination. Okay. There we go. Oh, yeah. So that's 8.
All right. So 5 goes into the. Well, we still need to have 1. So
it's 5 net.
yeah.
So I
you
got
need
choices.
4. Well, you need to get 4. You have to beat him.
Yeah, he has 3, right?
Right. So yeah, 4. So 4 goes in the pool.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
If
Yeah,
you got
so it's
3,
4
you
net.
needed to have 4. So
Gotcha.
what's
So
left
it's
is your
4
4
net.
goes in the-
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Excellent. Then I will put 3 in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
No, I will put 4 in the pool. Actually, what am I doing? Yeah, because I want to keep that around for next round, especially with Earlore right there. So then I will roll damage. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he takes 8 damage.
Okay. You get a very solid hit on him. So your first strike sort of catches him with a slash across the middle. He tries to come in low, and you just deflect up with your arm and then stab with your weapon. And score a very solid hit. He kind of stands there for a minute with a grunt and then drops to his knees. He is injured.
Okay. Not subdued.
No, you've won the fight. Injured means
cool.
you're basically out of it unless you've got a talent that allows you to keep on going.
Okay, perfect. That's what I was
Yep.
trying to confirm. Thank you.
As soon as this guy hits the ground, Commander kind of steps in to intervene between, keep the Andorian from going further, and then also calling to Dr. Hudson, and basically being the orderly for the doc, and look down at but he didn't give us the title. Wodan, do your injuries need tending?
You're looking at the Klingon?
Mm-hmm.
So there's he's definitely injured. He's definitely bleeding. Sort of a pink, tongues of a pink kind of blood. It's kind of neat, different from humans. And he's yeah.
Cool.
You fight well, Captain. And his trickle of blood coming out.
As do you, Odun.
Ask your questions.
After
Glad you guys showed each other your honors.
And
Dr. Hudson, did you want to do a medical roll?
Sure.
Sure. While that's going
Patch this guy up. Sure.
And
Drew,
meanwhile,
are you going to spend that momentum to give me back a determination?
I was going to wait for you to roll your d6.
Cool. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I got to do that every time.
Yeah. Yes, Captain. As soon as you figure out if you need it, you need it.
Is that good? No. You need to give it 6, right?
Yeah, I think that 1 is not in effect, right? It's a 0, or is it in the middle? I don't remember
we'd have to
challenge
scroll back.
dice are.
Yeah.
1 is not in effect. 5 or 6 is in effect.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So yeah, spend 3 momentum.
Cool.
What is my role here? We're just patching somebody up.
Reason medicine. Seems straightforward. You got a med kit. This is emergency medicine. You're
My good one.
Yeah, I was going to say, now the doc gets to show off.
This is normal doctor.
Yeah.
This is what you're good
real
at.
good.
now he's badly injured, so it would normally be difficulty 2, but because of your talent, it becomes difficulty 1.
It's a casual 16.
So you mean you totally have this on lock? Not going to have any problems. Hey.
No sweat.
Yeah.
No sweat.
And so you can either use an immediate momentum spend to reduce his injuries even further, or you can bank that momentum. And I'm going to offer you something here, Dr. Hudson.
Oh.
If you spend the momentum to return him to full health by playing on your... I don't know if that would really apply. No. Yeah, the selflessness value. I'll also give you a determination.
Ooh.
Joke's on you. I was going to do it anyways.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So our momentum pool remains 1. And Doc Hudson gets another determination.
Now, just to be clear, because of that offer, it's not just he's now treated and his wounds are still there. Like
He's
you've basically returned
good
him
to
almost
go.
to full health.
Yeah, that's fine.
So okay.
still
What?
tied up.
We've beaten this guy twice now.
No,
right.
I mean, yeah.
I'll
At
beat
this
him
point,
again.
I don't think that he's stupid enough to fight again.
No.
No,
Also, in
not
front of
or-
his men, he
or do
said
something-
honor duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why
so-
I carted them out.
Wait, so we should be at more than 0 momentum.
We're at 1.
One.
We should be at 1.
The captain was
Didn't you
spending
add-
momentum. Captain and the commander was spending momentum like crazy.
Yeah, so we're at 1.
And also, bear in mind, I just spent 3 to give the captain his
To give the
determination back.
determination back.
Okay, I missed that part.
Twice.
Oh, sorry.
I missed that part.
Sorry.
Last thing I had was Ralph put 4 in. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Where did it all go?
Yeah, where 3 go.
Okay, so we're at 1.
So
And
So
max
true-
threat, right?
Yep.
5 threat.
Oh, that's right. You spent 1.
Just trying to keep track,
for the
make
die.
sure.
Cool.
All right, cool.
So true to his word, he is an open book.
Excellent.
Any questions anyone wants to ask him, he is certainly willing to ask. We can either I can give you a summary, or we can go through it specifically, however you guys want to do it.
I think we should do it out of character, considering we all have questions we're going to ask.
All right. So I'll give you the salient details first, and then you can probe if there's anything further you want.
Perfect.
He knows where all the prophets are located.
Great.
The Klingons have taken over a remote villa
Oh, thank
as sort of their headquarters, and the prophets are all kept there. He also tells you that the captain that you're dealing with, what's his name, Gupak, he's definitely on the outs with the rest of the flotilla.
Ooh.
He violated direct orders to remain behind here. And this fellow that you're dealing with can tell you that Gupak has got some kind of crazy idea about a terror out of myth. And he's become obsessed with the concept of the locals builders. And that's why he stayed behind. So he's Gupak has been spending a lot of time with the prophets. And basically ignoring his other orders and duties. So he's violated direct orders from the flotilla captain. So
He's being a
they're
very
not gonna,
bad
there's not going to be a
Klingon.
lot of cooperation between the two groups at this point. He's basically a fugitive at this point.
Wow.
Okay. So you have the location of where they are. There's half a dozen guards protecting their headquarters. And Gupak would be there unless he's off doing something else.
Cool. This on the planet, right?
Yes. So
Great.
if there's any other questions you guys want to get around that, but he's fully free and open with his information.
Excellent. I have a real quick follow-up question.
Sure.
How many of those guards are Klingon?
They're all Klingons.
Okay, cool. Great.
They don't
6, 7
they don't
Klingons.
use subject races on the birds of prey.
Okay, excellent.
Is Wodan willing to assist us in basically apprehending a criminal at this point? Where does his loyalty lie? With his commander or with his
Excellent
empire?
question. Yeah. Submit him to Klingon justice.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's
Give
what
me
they call the big
a,
boomerang swords, right?
Give me a presence command roll.
Yes.
Can I add an additional die due to diffuse the tension? Because basically, this is commander's, also speak softly, carry a big stick. It's like, listen, let's do this without anybody getting hurt. Let's call this guy out, get him to surrender, kind of vibe.
I'll buy that. Sure. Okay.
Cool. Sorry, presence
That's
plus
excellent.
which command?
Command.
Presence command, with the caveat that Gupak gets turned over to him.
Sure.
Ooh. Oh, he's going to kill him and take command. That's awesome.
Or-
All right.
Or take him
I
into custody so he gets the honor of it.
Not my problem.
Ooh, yeah. That's good.
We literally don't care.
It sounds like a win all around.
And I believe that either diplomacy or cultural studies would apply to this role.
Diplomacy would apply. Well, either one, actually. So, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Presence, command, 3 dice. Focus on yes. Go! Okay, that's all right. 3.
That's good.
So I would call that a difficulty 3, but because of the honor duel that you guys offered, and you have treated him honorably at every step of the way, that difficulty reduces down to 2, so you can bank that 1 momentum.
Excellent.
Like it.
And he says, as far as Gupak is concerned, he will assist in apprehending him.
Excellent.
Okay.
But that doesn't resolve any of the other issues that stand between you.
No,
The Klingons
that's
still want this planet. They still want the dilithium crystals. But on the very narrow subject of Gupak, he
Sure.
will help you apprehend him.
That's fine. And,
Sure.
and I think the commander will say, no, that's absolutely fine. I imagine that, our two factions are going to have it out over this battle, over this, planet. But in this particular case, we need to deal with an immediate threat. And so fine.
All right.
You build an understanding one step at a time. This is the next step.
Yep. Cool.
All right. Then comes a test, and he says, then free me and my men.
Okay. Commander's on board with it, but looks over to the captain.
So the captain is thinking about teasing him and saying, well, it doesn't matter because we can subdue you and I could beat you myself again. And then remembers that, oh, wait a minute. Klingons don't have that sense of humor, that just erodes the trust, right? That they're like pretty black or white. You're insulting my honor? It's like, no, man, like we did the fight. I'm just joking around, right? So he chooses not to do that.
Yes,
Good choice.
he
Good
says-
choice.
Cultural studies commander would go, no.
Yeah. Don't do it. He says, done.
All right.
Just to clarify, did Wodan request the weapons back?
No, he did not go that far.
Okay.
Request weapons back. So as you guys are untying one of his weapons, one of his guys says, I'm not going to help any Federation. Batak!
Okay, I punch him in the face.
Well, no, you don't even get the chance to.
We'll test that King Klingon
Wadan
justice.
just like smacks his forehead right into the guy's face and knocks him to the ground.
Yes.
And just sort of stands over him and just says, like looking at the others, any other disagreements? And they're all silent.
Commander looks over to the captain
Alright.
and says,
Yeah.
so I have a thought on future conflict resolution on the ship.
And it'd be right up Shavor's alley.
Right.
Commander, let it be known there will be no treatment for concussions in my medical bay.
Noted, doctor. Was
All right.
Just a joke.
We'll certainly. So there are a few additional out of character questions I think
Sure.
that people might want to ask. I'd like to give Ash an opportunity first because we're all chatting.
I wanted to know if basically they could give us anything that would or communicate back to the ship, their ship or something in a way that would let us basically call off this little whatever they're doing to let us get back on our ship.
I got you.
He says that's not his. He doesn't have the ability to influence that.
But if we take
Will
the
you have the
commander,
ability to influence that once we have Gupak? That's his name?
clock.
I may. I doubt that I would be inclined to. I said I would help you apprehend Gupak. That is the extent and the limit to which I'm willing to work with you.
Okay. Captain Chichalor then says, but you did agree to answer our questions. So
Yes.
the lieutenant is going to ask you a few technical questions about your ship, and I expect you to adhere to your honor in answering those.
Of course. If I may offer a suggestion, it would probably be simpler for my crew and I to fly to the headquarters, bluff our way past the guards, and just land as a friendly vessel at the landing pad adjacent to the manor.
I think, and so the captain is going to, lean a little bit in and say, I trust the Klingon concept of honor much more so than I trust a random Klingon.
You can see the gears whirring as he's trying to parse that. What do you mean?
I mean,
And he's like, he's prepared to be offended, but he's not
Yeah,
sure.
He's not sure if he should
that's
be.
totally fine. And I say, you have adhered to honor as we have treated you honorably. And so if you commit to apprehending Gupok and helping us in that, and you are offering to do this in the course of honorably satisfying that commitment to help us apprehend Gupok, I see no problem with your suggestion of that ruse.
He takes a deep breath and draws himself up and put his hands on his hips. And he says, "That's twice. I will not brook a third insult, implied or overt, to my honor."
So Captain Chichalor, like kind of stares back at him. He's a puffing bird in front of his men, and he says,
"But I'm going to give you this for free.
Yeah,
Like, he's 100% prepared to die if what you say is that he construes as an insult again."
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. What I mean is that Captain Chichalor feels like he has confirmed his initial suspicions that his reaction to the things that Chichalor says will necessarily be enhanced by the presence of other Klingons. And so in Chichalor's mind, where he implies, hey, look, I don't trust you, but I trust your commitment to honor. And so, okay, we'll go along with the ruse. And then the guy interprets that as an insult. Captain Chichalor is like, okay, he's unreasonable, even more so than most Klingons. And so considering he's puffing himself up, Captain Chichalor is going to relax a little bit in terms of how he engages him. That's what I meant. That's what I was trying to suggest. So
Reminds me of shit. I forget what it was from. It's like, all right, dog, check it out. You're coming at me with a bunch of big words that I don't know, and I'm gonna take that as a sign of disrespect.
yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Man, what
All
was
right.
that?
So you pile into the shuttle.
Well, the thing is,
or do we
Lieutenant
have to-
Zekelin still had questions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he just
I
offered
mean-
that ruse, and,
Yep.
and so the captain was just trying to reinforce, hey, you said you were going to answer our questions,
Yep.
and the lieutenant is going to ask you a bunch of questions. So before we move on, I want to make sure that
Sure.
that happens.
Go for it.
I mean, basically just anything that I think our people might be able to exploit. Like,
Notably up on the ship, on the
yeah,
Curie.
like your specs. Tell me about your weapons, your
ship
shields.
modulation, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any more little fighters?
Oh yeah, birds of prey, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Klingons don't generally use small craft for hostile operations, although all their shuttles are armed. But they don't generally deploy them in a fight, not like the Federation does. Like the Federation has carriers and things like that. He agreed to talk. He hedges a little bit. He's agreed to help you on the planet and tell you everything that you want to know about what's going on the planet and where the people are and the disposition of all the forces. But he hasn't agreed to give you a spear in the belly of the Klingon Empire.
Oh my gosh.
So-
I don't care about the Klingon
Can I-
Empire.
Right, but you're asking for technical details and things like that about their ships and weaknesses of their ships and stuff. He's not necessarily willing to cross that line.
Can I
he's
ask
an
a
open-
character question
Sure.
to clarify? Because I was trying to do that in character when Irilor very specifically said, when he asked, hey, for an honor, do I'll be an open book? He said, all right, do I have your word that you're going to answer any of our questions that we have that'll help us de-escalate the situation and protect the people on our ship, regardless of how much it'll put you and the people on your ship in duress? And he said, yes.
Right, but as you're probing into the details and things like that, he's starting to hedge a little bit about revealing like design details of ships and things like that. It's like he was not going to give you away the weaknesses of the entire D7 battlecruiser class.
Right.
He's not going to give you vulnerabilities of the warbirds.
I think
because that has strategic implications for the Klingon Empire, and he's not willing to sacrifice that. And you can kill him if you want, and he'll gladly let you do it. But he will answer any questions you have about the planet, the people on the planet, their disposition of their forces, inter-fleet information, who's in charge of what ship, personalities of the captains, that kind of stuff. He'll give you that kind of information, but he's not going to give you potentially strategic level advantages over the Klingon.
And I think at this point the nice middle ground here between what he in character agreed to versus what he's actually able to give is just like, hey, what's the, what ships do we actually have out there, and what's the deployment of the bird of prey so we can catch it out of cloak, or something like that. That's something that we can give to the Curie that can hopefully de-escalate the situation.
Yeah, basically I just want to stop him down and be like, look, I want to get back to my ship. How can you help me do that?
So his response to that would be if the D5 light cruiser has engaged, they're going to keep on fighting until they win or are driven off. So as long as that's going on, the Curie won't be able to lower shields to beam you back up. He does confirm that the warbird is in system. It'll remain cloaked. The amount of cooperation is, there may not be any cooperation, or Gupak might decide to use this as an opportunity to get back in good with the fleet. But in this kind of a situation, the D5 is going to be trying to maneuver the Curie to give the warbird an advantageous decloak. So that's probably why they're doing the dance, the Klingon saber dance that Shavor talked about.
Cool.
So that would be he would tell you about the tactics that he would expect them to be using in system.
Okay. Which I think is enough for the commander to be basically say, okay, so if we can get in contact with the lieutenant, we'll confirm to bluff and go with the maneuvering, and then basically fire on the...
Be prepared to get stabbed in the back.
Yeah, because the cloak has to come completely down, if I remember correctly, before they can fire. So basically, yep, oh, I'm totally not looking behind me while holding the mirror,
Yeah. And there's a period of several seconds when they will be vulnerable.
Right. And just confirm that, hey, that's what they're trying to do. Just walk into the trap and be ready to catch the blade. So.
Yeah, and just out of character, Ralph, I wasn't trying to cheat you on that.
Oh, I know. I was just trying to clarify because Captain Chich, I was in character trying to do something so that the other players and their characters can do stuff. I didn't want it just be an interrogation where Aerolor has this interaction. So he wanted to set it up so in particular, Ash and Lieutenant Zekelnin could ask a bunch of questions and get the answers to those questions so that she can do what her skills best allow her to do. So that was the reinforced, like trying to clarify. That was my intent, to make sure that we have a comfortable player and character interaction with the scene.
Sure.
So,
okay. Right.
And then I have another idea that Aerolor would suggest. So I'll do this in character. So with Muldoon like stifling some of the responses, Captain Chichlor leans down to the lieutenant and says, "Lieutenant, after we apprehend Gupak, perhaps we can go to City Hall, and the speaker won't have any objection to allowing you to use their communications technology to perhaps use that to locate the other ships."
Mm-hmm. Very good point.
All right. So what's next for the crew of the Curie?
At this point, we have one shuttle, Klingon, that we need to have Muldoon use. Well, I guess we can actually ride in the back and have...
Yeah, are we sneaking on with this ruse?
I think that's a good idea. I think if we're...
Because we need to get the profits.
Yeah, he's offered it as an alternative, so...
Yeah.
An alternative to what?
It's a good plan.
Us flying over there?
Oh, to you guys, whatever you might want to do. He's offered that as a suggestion. He can bluff his way through any security checks and stuff and get you guys on the ground at the estate.
Yeah, I think that's the way we want to do it.
Sounds good.
Okay. Easy enough. Just update my notes. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
So one of the things that we don't actually have to cover because Craig's there, but like commander eventually starts asking some very weird old Klingon history questions
Oh, that's
that clearly have been bugging Kitneal and just like, hey, so like 100 years ago, there was this thing that happened. What do you know about that?
Sure, he is more than happy to talk about Klingon history and fill in any blanks you may have.
That's funny.
His history tends to be from the point of view of his family line and larger events and stuff, so he doesn't have a lot of details from different perspectives. So it's clear to you that you're getting like a very biased recounting of what happened. But yeah, he will talk Klingon history for hours.
That's fine. That may actually be what like Kitneal like is in the shuttle, like with them all piloting and like, okay, so hang on, what about? Because I was a couple systems over. I mean, I had family a couple systems over.
Yeah,
dude, even a biased retelling can be really
a couple hundred years ago. Yeah.
because like
Space, everything's relative.
What were you saying, Nash?
it's like even a biased retelling can be really informative
Yeah, that's very true.
because you're getting what is the history to these people.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
All right. So you guys are in the ship, heading towards the manor.
Break time.
8:30.
Everybody can give me. What am I gonna want here? Call it control security. But
Okay.
I'll accept. This is a noticing something going on.
Oh, yeah.
Small craft apply?
No.
Does
Team
infiltration apply?
dynamics.
Because we are sneaking.
Is this
no.
something going on between the Klingons?
No, it's something. Just there's an event happening. I want to see who notices.
Okay.
Okay.
This is an unexpected challenge.
Something. Yeah.
I super failed.
Challenge.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
no.
Great.
Lieutenant, what have you done?
Yeah.
I was rolling 14 dice. Or against a 14.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Actually, Ash, I think your complication range needs to be set back down to 1.
I've been
Oh,
been
yeah.
at 3 this whole time.
Oh yeah.
Because that was an 18. So, yeah,
Oh.
that's good.
Okay. Well, it was fine then. It was still not zeros, but
All right. I'm going to spend a couple threat friction intrusion.
Cool.
Was that
How
2?
many
Right.
threat? 2?
I got
Great.
3 left.
Cool.
Alright.
Okay.
That's what I got.
So you guys fly with the Klingons at the controls. It's like a rough ride. They're not too concerned about passenger safety or comfort or anything like that. They're not
Naturally.
being like aggressively asshole-ish
Mhm.
or anything like that. It's just the Klingons just don't care how rough the ride is.
When they have like
Mm.
3, like 8-chambered hearts and like 3 livers and yeah, like
Yeah, redundant nervous system. They're not too
oh
worried
yeah,
about
Chris, I'll tell you about it during the break.
please don't.
it. The shuttle is hailed. There's a little bit of back and forth. If somebody can give me a reason science for understanding
I can do
Klingon,
this.
if anyone understands Klingon. Cultural studies might apply or something similar like that.
Starfleet protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I was gonna
it's
say,
2 dice.
could reason
On a
con-
reason science roll. I have
There we
history
go.
as a focus and also infiltration.
That's what
I
I'm
think it's
talking
reasonable she could understand Klingon.
Sure. So with 2 successes, I'll give that to you. Sure. It just starts out like, what the hell are you doing here? You're supposed to be at the mine.
about.
And your pilot makes a response of something about lineage and the mating habits of Targ or something like that. You're not really sure. The guy on the other end responds with what you think is an expletive. You're not sure. But they end up
I
with
thought Tark
clearance.
was an expletive.
They end up with clearance to land. The guys at the
Awesome.
manor are apparently not sure what's going on, why they can't raise the ships in orbit.
Hmm.
So they can't talk to their ships either.
They can't talk to their ships either.
That is an interesting note.
Yeah.
Okay. So the shuttle sets down, no problem. The door opens up. A couple of the Klingons have come out to greet the shuttle. And
That's where we go to break.
Wadoon's men immediately fall upon them as soon as the doors open.
Yeah.
And in about 3 seconds, the fight's over, and there's 2 unconscious Klingons at the bottom of the ramp.
Awesome.
Okay.
And Wadoon said, does a very elaborate bow and
Right.
let's let you guys head down the boarding ramp if you so choose.
Yep. Watching to see if their weapons were picked up, and we now have armed Klingon behind us.
Yeah, no, the first thing they do is they grab the weapons off the fallen guards.
Yeah.
So, I just noticed a message from Fox on the Twitch chat, implying that we're not taking a break.
No, we're coming to a break now, Fox.
Yeah, but we're coming to a breakdown. So this is actually probably a good spot to call it then, as you guys are just about to infiltrate the manor house. Yeah, we went a couple minutes over. I get so excited. I'm just having so much fun.
I know, it's so good.
We noticed, and we were like, and break?
Yeah.
Break? Maybe break?
Yeah, jerk that leash, okay? Yeah.
No, when you're on a go. Yeah.
Perhaps a different metaphor. Perhaps putting a hand on your shoulder and saying, hey.
Sure. Sure. Or in a Klingon way, give me a headbutt. Take a break! Okay, sure, no problem. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Hope you had a really good time. As you can tell, I'm really enjoying this. I hope everyone else is too. Please join us on Discord. It's an awesome community. If you're following us on YouTube and watching us every week and that kind of stuff, or following us on Twitch, hang out in the Discord. It's great. It's an awesome community. There's no drama. It's lots of fun. All kinds of different subjects. People post animal pictures and share their artwork, and it's just a wonderful place. That's yeinto.space. If you feel so inclined, you're more than welcome to support us on Patreon at staylucky.club. The money we use there to refresh hardware, hire video editors on occasion to give Drew a bit of a break, pay for awesome artwork. That's going to be coming out soon. I can't wait to see the finals. And I guess that's it. Twitch folks, we'll see you after the break. YouTube folks, we'll see you next week. And bye.
Join us next time for more bold action.